Dangerous Personalities. An FBI profiler shows you how to identify and protect yourself from harmful people. Also by J.Наварро. Hunting terrorists, a look at the psychopathology of terror, the second edition. Louder than words in brackets with Toni, Sciarra, Pointer. Advanced interviewing techniques, the second edition, in brackets John Schaffer, co-author. What everybody is saying, in brackets with Marvin Carlins. Phil Hellmuth presents Read 'em and Reap, in brackets with Marvin Carlins. 200 poker tells. Clues to deceit. A practical list. Narcissists among us. How to spot a psychopath. How to spot a histrionic personality. How to spot a borderline personality. Interviewing terrorists. Dangerous Personalities. An FBI profiler shows you how to identify and protect yourself from harmful people. J.Наварро, M.A., FBI Special Agent, with Toni, Sciarra, Pointer. Rodale. For the victims. Copyright 2014 by J.Наварро. For the victims. Contents. Contents. There are two kinds of people in this world. Those who fill your cup and those who drain it. Navarro. Contents. Author's note. Acknowledgements. Foreword by Dr. Leonard Territo. Introduction. Why I wrote this book and how to use it. Chapter 1. It's all about me, the narcissistic personality. Chapter 2. Fasten your seat belts. The emotionally unstable personality. Chapter 3. Trust no one and you'll never get hurt. The paranoid personality. Chapter 4. What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine. The predator. Chapter 5. 1 is bad, 2 is terrible, 3 is lethal. Combination personalities. Chapter 6. Self-defense against dangerous personalities. Selected resources. Notes. Bibliography. Index. Author's note. This book is intended to inform the reader or to validate what the reader may have witnessed or experienced. It is not intended as a clinical guide and should not replace the services of a trained or licensed professional. Whenever I talk to victims, I am keenly aware of what they have suffered and the need to protect their privacy and dignity. And so I have changed the names of all the victims I have interviewed. To further protect them, I altered slightly the details of events, dates, time, and location because some police reports and divorce feelings are now searchable by specific words or groups of words. In the end, I have done my best to protect the victims without losing the character or manner of the offense and what they endured. Acknowledgements. Anytime you undertake an intellectual journey, there are so many people to thank. The bibliography is full of such individuals who took the time to share what they know. They have my deepest appreciation. The late Dr. Phil Quinn, who persuaded me to join the adjunct faculty at the University of Tampa's Criminology Department, served as a mentor for more than a decade as I studied and explored these individuals' flawed of character and personality. To me, his perspective as a humanitarian priest, psychologist and criminologist was indeed unique and contributed significantly to my understanding of the complex subject. Michel Saint-Yves of the Sûreté du Québec and fellow author has always honored me with his friendship and collaboration over the years on numerous projects here and in Canada, where he is a giant in his field. Once more, he did not let me down with his critiques of this book. A special thanks goes to Kaya Perina, editor-in-chief at Psychology Today, who took time from her busy schedule to comment on early drafts of the manuscript. Dr. Leonard Territo receives my admiration as well as my thanks while finishing his 12th book. He took the time from his cramped schedule to go through this manuscript meticulously with me line by line. His vast experience working with dangerous personalities, including Ted Bundy, was extremely helpful. His foreword is most kind. This book would not be possible without Steve Rose, director of the book division at Abrams Artists Agency. Steve is the kind of literary agent who gets things done, and he is without a doubt one of the most interesting people with whom to share a meal. I want to thank Alex Postman, Jennifer Levesque, and the rest of the team at Rodale Books who have an appreciation for the welfare of others, both physically and mentally, and who, upon seeing this manuscript, immediately understood its potential to save lives. To our editors, Michelle Zimmerman and Jeff Sattari, thank you for landing on this project on the run. You brought it all together. Well done. Early drafts of this work were carefully read and reread by Janice Hillary. I thank her for her insightful support and guidance. If only we could all have teachers like her, a teacher who cares about her students, even old ones like me. My gratitude goes out to Elizabeth Lee Barron at the University of Tampa's MacDonald Cal's Library, who generously assisted me with finding reference material, and who, like my good friend Mark Reiser of the FBI, always makes me laugh. to Toni, Sciarra, Pointer, I am indebted to you once again for shaping my words and thoughts, but more important, for being inquisitive, for sharing ideas and concepts that are transformative, and for being singularly meticulous. What a gift you have for writing and for making my task so much easier. Thank you, my friend. Also, I must thank my family here and in Europe for tolerating my absences as I struggled with writing a manuscript that was 3 times larger than what the reader will see. To my wife, Threat, for whom I have such a profound respect, I must thank you for who you are, for providing providing valued counsel and loving support, and for your patience as I struggled to work on this book for more than a year. You are a blessing in every sense of the word, who all too often has to insulate me from distractions. And last, I thank my parents who honor me by calling me their son, and for having provided me a loving environment since dangerous personalities. Joe Navarro, M.A., FBI Special Agent. Tampa, November 2013. I echo Joe's thanks to Steve Ross of Abrams Artists Agency, to our editors Mike Zimmerman and Jeff Sattery, and to the team at Rodale Books for all their efforts on behalf of this book. Thank you to Donna Manker for being the stoicist, staunchist most loving, caring friend and fellow writer anyone could have. Love and gratitude to my husband, Donald, for being always in my army and in my corner, and for the way we can talk about the darkest of the dark and the brightest of the bright. To J.Наварро, thank you for our work together and for our many interviews and thoughtful conversations about the ways of dangerous personalities, a strange terrain you knew all too well. Thank you for your tireless work on every aspect of this book, for your dedication, for your humor, and for your ferocious joy in learning and work. And for your ferocious joy in learning and work. When you email me to say, I am on it, I know you are on it. Finally, at the risk of sounding unserious, I am grateful that our cat Lucy was often called soothingly within arm's reach on her fleece patch when it felt painful to write about these personalities. Toni, Sciarra, Pointer, New York City, December 2013. Thirteen. 2013. Forward. When my good friend and colleague J.Наварro completed the first draft of this book, he asked if I would review the manuscript and make some constructive comments where appropriate. Once I picked up the book and started to read it, I could not put it down. It is without question one of the most interesting, useful, and user-friendly books I have ever read on this subject. Although numerous academic studies have been conducted in the analysis of dangerous personalities, Joe has made a conscious decision not to load this book with social science jargon or with elaborate statistical analysis. He does, however, make it clear to the reader that his discussions and conclusions about these individuals are well founded and based upon his many years of experience as an FBI special agent and criminal profiler. One of the main questions that came to mind as I read this book was who would find it both useful and interesting. I came to a one-word conclusion: everyone. This is because all of us at some time in our lives will most certainly encounter one or more of these dangerous personalities. In some cases, they may be family members, people we are dating or intending to marry, intimate or casual friends, or professional associates. This book is valuable because it will help readers to understand that when they are dealing with one of these dangerous personalities, even casually, there is a good chance they will be victimized. These individuals are so flawed and callous that they can make us feel as though we are responsible for the suffering they cause, while they remain impervious to modifying or changing their toxic behavior. If this book is carefully read, it will go a long way in accomplishing a number of objectives. First, It will assist readers in recognizing dangerous personalities and preventing them from entering their lives in the first place. Second, it will provide readers with specific suggestions on how to most effectively deal with such individuals if they must. Third, and most important, the admonitions set forth in this book, if adhered to, may save one's life, or at the very least prevent someone from being seriously injured, mentally, physically, or financially. As a former homicide detective and still active criminologist, I have personally witnessed the havoc these dangerous personalities inflict on innocent victims. They murder, rape, assault, steal, bully, and exploit anyone who falls within their sphere of influence and control. Based on my many years of law enforcement experience, as well as my own extensive research as a criminologist, I feel confident in saying that chances are someone with a dangerous personality will come into your life or the life of someone you love. While vigilance is helpful, vigilance coupled with knowledge is optimal for keeping us safe. I can confidently say that J.Наварро has written a remarkable book that fulfills that purpose. Dr. Leonard Territo, distinguished professor of criminal justice, St. Leo University, St. Leo, Florida, and Professor Emeritus Emeritus and Professor Emeritus, Department of Criminology, University of South Florida, Tampa. Introduction. Why I wrote this book and how to use it.